What is up, guys? RedneckTruckerX. Finally bringing you the video I've been talking about. It's not exactly how I planned it out to be. I've told a few people with the implications of work and my time crunch of this trip coming up, I wasn't exactly able to get done the video along with whatever mods and the conversion and everything that transpired. So basically this is just going to be a garage talk, and I'm going to show you guys the different components that I had changed, and hopefully you guys like it. If not, I guess it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm pretty proud of it, and I'm going to show y'all what exactly happened. So let's get into it. So everybody knows that the first thing, well, everybody should know, I guess the new people to the channel might not know, but my long-term friends that on social media know that I have converted my buggy from my Canam X3 from a 62-inch machine, a 64-inch machine, it's been a long day, sorry, 64-inch machine into a 72, the conversion. That entailed A-arms, upper and lower, axles all the way around, because the 72-inch axles, versus the 64, rear trailing arms, brake lines. You need the longer brake lines for the front and back. People say you don't need them, but to me that's kind of chintzy, taking a chance and pulling one of your brake lines and it not being long enough. I just, for $300 I just went and bought the new brake lines. And then the HCR brackets for the 64 to 72 inch. I had all that powder coated Legion red to match the rest of my buggy along with my wheels. So not only am I 72 inch now, but I'm also color matched. So let's go over some of the parts. I guess we'll talk from the top down. So first things first, this bracket, not the CT Raceworks, that's the bomb-proof gusset kit. The HCR bracket, that bracket allows you to move the front shocks from the 64-inch to be able to use it on the 72. It gives you the conversion. If you see, this hole right here is the original hole, and then it's bolted down there. So the 72-inch shocks in the front are that much longer than the rear, so you had to do that for the geometry. Going from there, we'll go down, show you guys the CT Raceworks arms. That is a brand new CT Raceworks Legion red for the 72-inch. That's the rear front axle, because I have the smart spool. That's the side case when you get the smart spool. I don't know if you can see back in there. That's a Black Ops winch. What am I even saying? That is the Black Ops steering rack brace. I'll show that to you here. See if I can get a better. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, very poor lighting. I apologize for that. Maybe we can get a better look from the other side. Yeah, maybe we can get a better look from the other side. I'm not sure. We'll see. Not really. It's kind of hard to see in there. Anyways, moving on. These are the new tie rods for the 72-inch. They are kryptonite. Let me see here. I can't show you. You might be able to kind of see it right there. Those have the death grip inners, which is a lot beefier than the stock inners. So there's that. With these 35-inch tires, I wanted something to be a little bit beefier than the stock inners, because those are known to pull out when you drive aggressively. That is that. And then we have the new CT Raceworks. Can't really see it. There you go. Front limit straps for 72-inch. I had the 64, but you know, that's too short now. So I'll show you the wheels next. That I had mudded metal and the Canam Crew powder coat. That's my 35 stickies on Legion Red SB4 wheels with the black bead locks. I think it looks pretty fresh on there. I'll give you guys a front view here of the machine. Get a little walkabout. What you'd be staring at when I'm flying through the woods. Okay, so we talked about the front end and all the things we had to do there. Let's go to the back end. In the back, you know, same wheels, same tires. CA Tech rear limit straps because of the extra weight. The 35s, I personally feel better having those on there because that's just an extra little bit of help on the axles and also on your shocks so you don't end up bottoming them out. Next you have, those are the sway bar end links that come with the 72-inch arms from Super ATV. The Super ATV 72-inch arms. Is basically what they look like. And then these are Demon radius rods. I had these powder coated also at the same time with the Canam Crew mudded metal as the tires. That HCR bracket that I showed you in the front, and then it's kind of be hard to show you, but these brackets right here is where the shock bolts to in the rear on a 64-inch car. There's a drop down bracket. It brings you down to the top of the shock being here. So it connects there, and then it's kind of hard to see. That is, it drops down and then it connects over back in there where the seat belt, the factory lap belt seat belt, where it bolts to the car. I don't know if I can show you too with the seat in here. Or, yep, right there it is. So it's this bolt. I don't know if you can see that or not. This bolt right here inside of the car. That's where the factory lap belt sits at. Anybody that drives aggressively, yeah, that's one of the first things they do is put a harness in, because those lap belts, yeah, I mean, that'd be cool if you got in a front end collision, but if you're rolling it or, you know, doing any kind of, you know, flopping or anything like that, or if you're driving aggressively and you have a chance of even doing a tumble or something, you're going to want to be held into that seat. There's too many fatalities in the side-by-side world of people not being careful. So wear your helmets whenever you're doing crazy stuff. So that is pretty much the extent of the 72-inch conversion. I had to run the brake lines. You can't really see those. I mean, it looks like the same factory brake lines going back through there. Same thing with the front. I bought those from S3. They're basically the same as factory. What else am I saying here? So we have that, and then doing the rear alignment I had a heck of a time with getting the toe correctly, because it's only adjustable right there on that side, on that Heim. On this side here, you can't really see it, but it just bolts in. It's doesn't have an adjustable jam nut or nothing on it. The top one for your camber, you can adjust while it's on the machine. But this bottom one, you have to pull that middle radius rod out. You have to pull that middle radius rod out just to be able to make an increment and a change to get your toe right. Some people, you know, run it, you know, it is what it is. I like to try to dial my stuff in where it's, you know, good to go. By no means is it professional straight like on an alignment rack, but I try to do the best I can. I try to hold my machine to higher standards. So I have that, and I already showed you guys the J-Star, but I'll show it to you again. That's the J-Star right there. Good on background in there. But that is what I've been keeping a secret of. A lot of money went into this project, and I really hope it's worth it. The machine looks incredible. I can't thank enough for Mud and Metal and Jesse Hatch with Canam Crew for doing the powder coating. They did an excellent job on it. Timely manner got it back to me. There is one final piece that is coming, supposed to be this Tuesday. It is the rear pull plate for CT Raceworks. It basically, I'm sorry I don't have it on video for you guys, but it basically matches that right there. It's a pull plate that has the flag and the CT Raceworks logo in it, just like that. It's also the same billet aluminum. So with that, I guess we'll talk about this upcoming trip that I have. Basically this trip, we're going to go to Pinnacle down at Hatfield and McCoy, and we're planning to ride a couple of the trails, and there I think Indian Ridge and maybe one other one. There's a couple blacks, double blacks. There's not too many in that area, so we're pretty much going to be sticking to the Outlaws, and we're going to be hitting the sites. We're going to go see Dump Truck, and by we I mean my homie Turbulence Offroad, Eric, and my buddy Ryan is going to be there with us, and possibly another, but that depends on the weather, whether or not if he has to tow or not. I mean, not tow, plow. Man, I cannot talk today. It's been a long day. Anyways, if he has to end up plowing, you know, with the snow, because this is the middle of January, then he won't be able to make it. So hopefully he's able to come out and ride with us at least for a day. Things that I noticed was the paint in the rear in this project. The first thing was, with having this bumper tie-in, it's excellent, but it ties right into the winch, and I was a little on the lazy side, and I didn't take it off to get the winch out, so it made it a little bit more of a pain in the rear. Other things in the front that made it difficult, and it's a reason why a lot of people won't run these, but the CT Raceworks, I can't get you in here, maybe, I don't know if you can see that, kinda. There's a CT Raceworks bomb-proof kit on here that basically gussets up the front and back and makes everything all double shear. And there's also the tower rack brace that goes up from the frame there up to the shocks, and then that front part. And dealing with all that, especially the one part that's a kicker, is right there. That lower bracket that holds the back of the two A-arms in is a real pain in the neck if you're doing it by yourself. It's kind of recommended that you have two people to do it. Another new thing I got is this hood from X-Craft. I think it's pretty cool. It adds a different touch to it. Since I'm modified and everything, I figure I might as well get a different hood for it. I'm slowly getting rid of all the silver. The fenders, I'm gonna let them naturally delete themselves. You know, and when that happens, I'll be doing the bed delete also to be able to carry more stuff with me. With that said, let's see. I don't really know what else. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. I got a new... There's a few things actually I didn't mention to you guys. I got a Canam Crew Dom tubing built rear drive shaft, which is really freaking hard to break. Like, you're breaking other stuff before you break that, honestly. Your front shaft and your axles. You're even going to break your pinion, you know, most likely before you end up breaking that rear drive shaft. And speaking about pinions and the front diff, I got the pinion support bearing. It's like double the size of the factory one. It gives it a lot more support when you're being aggressive. It kind of helps keep it together a little more and keep the slop, like it basically the stock, it has like a little bit of slop in it, and it allows a little bit of deflection. With that one, it basically gets rid of that deflection. I bought, well, the wife bought CA Tech ball joints, the 300M ball joints for the uppers and lowers for my new A-arms, which you guys can, you know, gripe at me in the comments about it, but I know that they're really good quality, and there's nothing wrong with CA Tech, but a lot of people will gripe and complain that you're interchanging CA Tech with CT Raceworks. Like, the two are kind of different from each other. But I'll get you a look at the uppers there at least. That is the upper right there. I'm not gonna try to get underneath the car to show you the lower. Let's see here. Other than that, I mean, we're gonna try and see upcoming. This is in a week, the 22nd. We are gonna be going on our trip. So I'll have that footage for you guys here in probably about 2 weeks. So I probably won't have a video this Sunday because middle of winter and running out of footage. That's why we got this garage video, and I wanted to do this project now while it's in the middle of winter. If you could, I'd appreciate it if you guys could give me a sub and a like and comment. Let me know what you would like to see on the channel. You know, what kind of places you would like to see us go to. I do know that we are going to Windrock this year, and we are going to Tackett and Royal Blue. I know we're going back to Ivy this year. There's some places there that I feel like I need to accomplish. 94 and 82, really difficult trails, but I last time I didn't get to do them the way my machine was set up, but this time, you know, I'm really ready for it. So Bear Wallow, Ivy, of course, you know, should be going up to see the Canam Crew's event in July. They haven't announced it yet, but they do it every year. I'll probably be going up there with my buddy Eric at Turbulence Offroad. Let's see here. I don't really think I have anything much more to say other than you know, what we already talked about. Make sure you stay up to date and keep an eye out for the new trail videos that I'm getting ready to release. They're going to be epic. With that, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.